Hi, today's notes are our discussion of the rock cycle from today's Google Meets. So on Wednesday, we were talking about what it is to be a mineral. And today we start out in our notes with what it is to be a rock. A rock is a mixture of all different minerals. And if you'll remember, minerals by definition are inorganic, but now rocks may also contain organic material. So rocks are mixtures of minerals, but they may also contain organic material. So a lot of times we'll have dead plant and animal remains that become part of the rock record. And we'll get into fossils a little bit later in the unit. So on page 275 of your textbook, you have this picture of the rock cycle. And it shows the three types of rocks, igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic, that we're going to be reading about and taking notes over next week. It also shows sediments, which is one of your vocabulary words, which is broken fragments of rock. And it shows magma, which is another one of your vocabulary words. Each of these arrows show a different process that's taking place so that any of these three rocks can become any of the other types of rocks. And that's what's known as the rock cycle. It's not a simple circle, but it's a very complex interweaving how any of the three types can change into any of the other three types. When you were reading in your textbook about this, on the second page of yesterday's reading assignment, it talks about the journey of a rock. And in your notes slide, this is in the notes presentation, I put a little fun video in here if you click on it about Louis the Rock. And in this video, there's a rock that's personified. He's kind of made out to be a person. And it takes you through his life and how he changes into different types of rocks. So it takes a lot of the things that we talked about on Wednesday and today and kind of puts them together in a fun way. So yesterday's reading and today's notes are about what a rock is and how any of these rocks can change into any of the different types of rocks. Next week, we will be discussing in detail sedimentary rocks and how they change in form, igneous rocks and how they change in form, and metamorphic rocks and how they change in form. Today, you guys have an assignment that is either to draw your own rock cycle, much like the one that you see here, or to find one that you think would help you study online. That's especially for people who might not have access to some art supplies at home. So you may either draw your own or find an image of the rock cycle that you can use to help you study, and you are going to turn that in on today's assignment, and you're going to use that to help you study through the course of next week. So if you have any questions, make sure you let me know. Make sure you get today's assignment completed and turned in on Google Classroom. Have a good weekend.